RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
At RUBIS, get going.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, My Lord Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BimFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combined sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course, fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevorthorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch, you can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as $78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices.
Get RUBIS. Get cooking. RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
At RUBIS, get going.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, My Road Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course, fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and on Facebook it's Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices.
Get RUBIS. Get cooking. RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
Get RUBIS, get going.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, My Road Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, South. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours. So stand by for some live coverage right here from the CSI Stream team. Just about 30 seconds into this matchup. This is the Benfica versus Trents game. It's an over 50s match. And live commentary coming to you with the compliments of the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and the All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, Obl-Fit. Just making sure those logistics are in place and ready to roll. And you'll be joining the YouTube stream in progress in a couple of seconds' time. Just stand by. Thank you very much.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as $78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com. And our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices.
Get RUBIS. Get cooking. RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
Get RUBIS, get going.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, White Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, sauce. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours. The Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic Bimfc invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th through Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill, Christchurch. You can purchase premium meat cuts specifically to suit your needs at unbeatable prices. You can also find us in the Glebe St. George and home delivery available island-wide. You can reach us at 256-2565 or 256-2629. Ayers Meat Shop.
Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices. 7-seaters, Jeeps, small cars, and mid-sized sedans. From as low as 78 Barbados dollars daily. Special conditions apply. They offer free pickup and delivery. Fully loaded vehicles, visitor rental permits, comprehensively insured, GPS available, and ask about our leasing program. Find us at Lodge Hill, St. Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 246-243-4653 or 246-230-5850. Go to our website at www.scottdeals.biz. Our email address is kkscott@hotmail.com, and our Facebook is Scotty's Cheap Car Rentals. Visa and MasterCards accepted. Scotty's Car Rentals. New cars, low prices.
Get RUBIS. Get cooking. RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
RUBIS, get going.
And we're live and direct from RUBIS on the YouTube stream with Richard Clark. Ball inside from Trents. It's about 6:30 on our clocks here at RUBIS Sports Club. Brighton, BlackRock, just off the Mighty Grainer Highway. Your referee this evening, Gillian Martindale, throwing from Trents, ball into the box. As Benfica look to clear their lines, a right foot shot coming in and over the crossbar. All right, confirmation be at 0-0. Trents in the black jerseys, trimmed with yellow, black shorts, black socks, kicking from right to left. Benfica in the chains, blue strip, blue jersey, red shorts, black shorts, kicking from left to right. No real rain on this side of the island. And as you know, this is a sand-based field, so it'll probably never really get waterlogged per se. And as you can see, pristine conditions here at RUBIS. We chose this venue for that particular reason. Coming into the rainy season, you know, the games can get washed out. We wanted these Masters to continue playing, and that one into the back of the nets. It was a defensive tactic to clear it. Instead, Rodney Boyne and took it full in the chest, I believe. The advantage to Benfica. Boyne leads the way for the men in blue. Benfica 1, Trents 0. Just about 9 minutes on our clocks here. Could be a correction on the clock, but we're looking good here. From RUBIS, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies, in the Caribbean, the best place to be. Oh, the technologies are coming here and going there. 9. So Clark trying to pull the strings here. Joining us here at the RUBIS Sports Club, Brighton, BlackRock, St. Michael, Barbados, just off the mighty Griner Highway, formerly known as Spring Garden, where all the Kadooment will normally end for crop over. It's been renamed to the mighty Griner Highway. Trents in possession and squeezing down the right of the Benfica defense. Ball over the touchline again. Beautiful day here in Barbados. Some places across the island having some showers, but nothing doing here. Once it gets to this general area, it tends to blow away and disappear into the sea or the western side. Benfica 1, Trents 0. Throwing into the box it goes. Good defensive work. Near post action. Marcus coming out of his defense there and clearing it over the touchline. Trents will again retrieve it. Throwing taken short. Will look for the right foot shot. Clearance again by Benfica. Good result here for Benfica. Can allow them to climb the table really nicely. Trents losing some momentum, having started the season really, really well, but seem to have lost it just a little bit, especially since they've come down to the lush green RUBIS. Yeah, we're hearing that Paradise are leading 2-1. I know the ladies in front of us must be really happy. BlackRock 2, West Haggett Hall 1. West making a game of it, although they've already been eliminated from any other action after this weekend. They're really turning up in numbers and having a good time at the Obl-Fit. Again, some twisting and turning from Trents into the box. Benfica strong in possession, but they've given it away. A chance for the right foot shot. And that's easy for goalkeeper Tyrone White to let go past his left upright. And a goal kick then to Benfica. Remember Benfica in the blue jerseys this evening. And they're up against Trents in the all-over black, trimmed with yellow on the sleeves and across the chest. Benfica 1, Trents 0, as we rock and roll here at RUBIS. So goal kick to Benfica. It's the former Barbados captain Robert Boat Lashley with the clearance with his left. Bowen trying to get onto it, he can't. And the ball all the way back to the keeper, who will use his box and play a decent ball into the midfield. Trents again. Playing it rather passively into the path of Lashley, who clears lanes. I think you were seeing an offside trap being set there. And resulting free kick, says Gillian Martindale, towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Defensively for Benfica, they'll need perhaps a wall. And for Trents, so Paradise again jumping. You can tell when the ladies get up. It's another goal, 3-1. Paradise Masters 50th edition 3. And the West Haggett Hall just the one goal. Here's Clark, I believe, with this right foot. He will float it. And it's over the crossbar. Not sure if that was the best technique to use there, Richard. He went over the wall, but not sure how you're going to get that to dip and swerve down from 18 yards from there. So you're hearing the applause in the background there. Andrew Goodin with a top corner, top draw finish. 4-1. So here we have it on Benfica's side now. They're looking to ease down that right-hand side and didn't get the luck of the draw. Quick look at the stats, and you will see that Benfica started this season with a loss, exactly beat them 3-2. Their second matchup was a 7-0 drubbing by BlackRock. They also lost 3-0 to BlackRock Masters, and then 3-0 again to Paradise Masters 50th edition. A 1-1 draw put them back on parity against Empire, and then they ran away with it. They took up Macbeth Haggett Hall 5-0. It came up against RxPro Vintage Masters, and Rodney Bowen was on target on 21 minutes. 1-0 the score. Easy victory over Carlton Wanderers, who dropped out of the tournament with a 3-0 default win. And last weekend, Wildy Roulty with the compliments of 2 goals from Gregory Lalo Goodrich, goals on 31 and 39 minutes, made it 2-0. That's the story of Benfica. Benfica won, Trents 0 as we head on into that 19th minute. In their first match, Trents beat Winston Enterprises BlackRock 1-0. Winston Enterprises BlackRock being the defending champions. That was their start of a 3-match winning streak. Their second matchup and the win was against exactly 1-0. And their third win was a 2-0 victory over BlackRock Masters. 2 draws against Paradise 0-0 and another 0-0 against Empire, followed by a victory over Macbeth Haggett Hall 1-0. And the following game, another draw between themselves and RxPro Vintage Masters. The next game was a 1-0 victory over Carlton Wanderers. Very hard fought. Richard Clark finished on 25 minutes. They lost the next game 5-1, where Wildy Roulty spanked them. Goodrich with a brace, Dave Williams with 2 as well, and Steve Moore with a close range finish from 47 minutes, made it Wildy Roulty 5, Trents 1. Last weekend they had a bye and didn't have to play. And now Trents are trailing Benfica with a unfortuitous goal, a defensive clearance going all wrong, going to this man, to Bowen, who put his chest in the way and finished. So at present, that's the history between the 2 teams. Benfica 1, Trents 0. Compliments of Commentator Sports Incorporated. We carry all the stats here. Every single matchup, we can tell you something about it. And at present, Benfica 1, Trents 0, heading towards that halftime whistle. As we say good evening to Melissa. I can see you, Melissa. Melissa chilling in that vehicle. I can see you, my dear friend. Into the halftime whistle we'll go here. Here's Marcus to float one. Looking for the attacking header. Played inside again towards Richard Clark, who will sombrero Marcus on this occasion. And immediately the halftime whistle from referee Julian Martindale. Classified halftime score. Benfica 1, Trents 0. And Paradise put the exclamation mark on it with another goal on the far side. Would that be Paradise 6? We'll classify that. We'll get that confirmed for you shortly. But Paradise running away with it on the far side. And a battle here between Benfica and Trents. Benfica and Trents in it. 1-0 is the score. We're going to head to some halftime advertisements very shortly. What we can remind you of is all the fixtures this weekend, compliments of the Old Boys League Football Invitational Tournament. As we await some more action coming up very shortly. In that the very next match here on the home field is BlackRock Masters 50s and RxPro Vintage Masters in a tussle of the middle of the table. And surely on the far side, The very next game will be the exactly unified 50s up against Wildy Royalty. And on that far side, still, we have another matchup, Carlton ATP 35s and Mavericks in the quarterfinals of the 35s tournament. On this near side, a default matchup with Alleyne School All Scholars and all away. Alleyne running away with that one 3-0. Benfica 1, Trents 0. And the final game of the evening will be BlackRock Masters and RxPro Vintage Masters. And as promised, we go to our advertisements for the weekend. As we say, thank you very much to RUBIS, as well as our other sponsors in the 2023 All Boys League Football Invitational Tournament, as well as the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic kicking off the 26th to the 29th of May. Register with us by reaching out to us at our YouTube channel, Bimfc Masters, our Instagram account, Bimfc246, and Trevor Thorne Scores. And of course, you can reach us right here at the RUBIS ground as well. Just approach any of the committee members, and you're right on in. Thank you very much. Lots more after the advertisements. Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated, CSI, and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic, BIMFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BimFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no stopping, table topping, jaw dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, flick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities, so you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist, and we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Roach Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, souse. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234 0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours. So we're live and in living colour. Back into the action here at the RUBIS Sports Club. Brighton, BlackRock in St. Michael, Barbados. West Indies in the Caribbean. And at present, second half just started where Trents Masters are leading. It's Trents Masters 1. Benfica 1, I apologise for that. Benfica 1, Trents Masters 0 at this point in time. Second half just kicked off as we welcome you to the live coverage of the Bimfc Masters YouTube channel. Ball down the flank there, still on the field of play. Benfica in possession. They'll prod it back into towards the 18-yard box. Out comes goalkeeper Tyrone White. And goal kick then to Benfica. A quick peek at the standings, and a win here for Benfica will put them on to 13 points. And they will leapfrog over Empire, RxPro Vintage Masters, BlackRock Masters, and land right on top of Exactly Unified in perhaps a joint 5th place position. I remember Exactly have a matchup against Wildy Royalty to be played in the next couple of minutes on the far side of the pitch. So let's see how that one turns out, as well as this one. But at present, Benfica climbing the table and putting themselves in a better position when they get to the semi-finals of the plate to be playing perhaps a weaker team. Yeah, serious business here at the RUBIS facility. Okay, back to the action on the field of play as well as we pick it up in this second half. Ball down the Benfica right. Good defensive work from Trents there at left back. So Benfica playing it safe on that far side. Tyrone White is okay with that ball going over and into touch. He's given himself and his team some breathing space. as they maintain this 1-0 lead over Trents. Goal scored relatively late in the first half. Rodney Bowen connecting onto it and finishing brilliantly. Benfica 1, Trents 0. And if you're online and you want to make your way down to the facility, as you can see, crystal clear conditions here. No real water in this atmosphere, and therefore easy to get to. Just ease on down the mighty Grainer Highway, make a left to come on down to what we Barbadians call the hot pot, over by Texaco, and you're on to the facility. 2 matches going at the same time, and we're just about 30 odd minutes into this one, with the men in blue, Benfica, kicking from left to right, leading 1-0 over Trents. Trents in possession, trying to weave that magical web, and Benfica gaining the bumps of the ball at first, but then Trents trying to get down the right-hand side, the ball over the touchline from Tragic there. Maurice Johnson, and here's Lashley. He's looking for a runner. He floats a 50-yarder on that left-hand side. Bowen in possession, takes it with the head first, heading towards the 18-yard box now. Up one-on-one. He'll fake left and go right. In fact, he'll go right this time around. He's looking for some support, finds it. Ball down the left. And over the touchline, Marcus Moore can't get onto it. And the throw-in taken by the Trents lads. That's over the touchline again, as Marcus Moore takes possession. The white goatee definitely growing nicely there, Marcus. 32 on our clocks as we await the maestro Keith Grell-Griffith as he makes his way in. He'll be here to take on that big matchup between BlackRock Masters and RxPro Vintage Masters, slated for that 4:30 kickoff. It'll be a little bit late because we did have a slightly late start because of the inclement weather, but certainly not inclement anymore. Sun is shining on the western side of St. Michael here in BlackRock, on the beautiful island of Barbados. And with it, just about 33 on our clocks here, as we get locked here into this second half action and enjoy ourselves at the RUBIS Sports Club here in BlackRock, just off the mighty Grainer Highway. At present, Paradise with a 6-1 victory over Macbeth Haggett Hall on that far side of the field. And we're checking in with the Exactly Unified and Wildy Royalty from time to time to see how that one is going to go. And as Keith gets mic'd here with some fancy technology this evening, you'll no longer need those manual microphones. You'll be mic'd very close to his chest. As the technology continues to grow, his hands are free. He can express himself as he feels like here at RUBIS. Benfica leading 1-0 over Trents. As we say a pleasant evening, I believe for the very first time, hopefully he's mic'd and ready to roll, Keith Grell-Griffith, BSS.
Blessings to each and every one, and I hope that you're having a good evening despite the weather. Some people would have said that with the weather they won't have any games, but surely the players should enjoy the surface, nice and immaculate. And Trevor, it's a blessing again being here. I watched from football on TV today. Tottenham Hotspurs, they were at the races, but the races was in a different country. Seriously, Newcastle had them 5-0 after 21 minutes. And then the Manchester United fans are still dancing, winning 7-6 on penalty kicks in the Classic. So really and truly, lots of action, and we're looking forward to more action here now. With the weather fine, and I can see that young Richard Woods, he is in fine form from early, very colourful. And the scoreline at the moment?
BenficaMasters 1, Trents 0. with about 35 on our clocks here. That's Robert Lashley with the clearance there, Keith.
Robert Lashley.
As you enjoy the action here.
Well, you and Robert played together in Trinidad. That was very, very, very good. Unfortunately, on that occasion, you were not at your brilliant best. You got injured and had to go, or Barbados would have reached the finals for sure. But at the moment, how many minutes gone?
36 on our clocks here at RUBIS.
36 minutes gone at RUBIS. Benfica 1. Trents nil. And how many points? Just clarify.
Yeah, let's just get some stats on these two teams again here as we welcome Keith to the microphones. Of course, Trents are ahead of Benfica. Trents, before this matchup, were in 4th place on 18 points, having played 9 matches, won 5, drew 3, lost 1, goals for 8, goals against just the 6. And Benfica were lounging a bit in 9th place, having played 9, won 3, drawn 1, lost 5 matches, goals for 12, goals against 19, a goal difference of -7, 9th position. A win here for them, they'll leapfrog over Empire, RxPro Vintage Masters, BlackRock Masters, and straight on top of Exactly Unified if they get a good goal difference as well. So there's the stats for Benfica. For Trents, as I said before, having played their 9 matches, won 5, drawn 3, lost 1, goals for 8, goals against the 6. As the corner kick comes in from Trents, it's played outside the box. Marcus Moore is there, and he finds Robert Lashley, who will float one up the field. I'm sure he's looking for Rodney Bowen, alias Kunis, but he's inside the center rather than on the left-hand side. But with the assistance of referee Julian Martin there, an infringement has been picked up on this near side. She has for her as assistant referees this evening one Seth Thorne on the near side, and on the far side, as we take a quick peek over there, it is Tonya Dean. 3 big officials here, Keith, this evening for the near side game, or the home game between Benfica, who are leading 1-0 over Trents.
Well, you know, I always look forward to seeing the ladies up and about. They're there with Paradise now. There are 3 of them in this match. Football really giving the ladies kudos, and surely as we continue the game, they will continue to do a good job. So, blessings to each and every one. And it is, at the moment, Trents 0, Benfica 1. Trevor, that is a big surprise because based on Trents' form throughout the tournament, you would have thought that they would have been in the lead at this time. But compliments to Benfica. And Bo Lashley did tell me 2 weeks ago, he said, Coach, I will make sure that my team is challenging for the top 4. Unfortunately, they can't make the top 4.
Yeah, Keith, as you said, you're making some good points there, Keith, as well. As we just make sure that our technology is A-OK.
Superb.
Yeah, A-OK. As we pick up the running commentary here, as any little bugs, we'll try to get them out of the way. Because if you change locations, then sometimes the radio frequencies can give us a little bit of an issue. But we'd love to make sure you're good to go here. At present, Benfica really playing well in the second half of the season, Keith. If you check the Benfica stats and the way they've been operating, you see that they've been really putting the opposition to the sword. And any chance that they get to create a few more chances and score a few more goals, they've been doing exactly that. And have they been able to climb the table quite nicely, having had a very shaky start. Benfica started with a 3-2 loss against Exactly Unified, followed by the second week was a bye, 3 losses on the trot against the BlackRock Masters, 7-0, and then 3-0 against your good friends BlackRock Masters, and also 3-0 against Paradise. And then the losses had to come to a halt. So they started with a draw,
like
1 goal apiece.
Come to a halt.
A one goal apiece draw, and I believe that's when Robert Lashley came back out of his trips. He went overseas for a little bit of time.
I think he went off to Trinidad.
Yeah, for a little carnival and so on. But when he came back, it was a different matter. 1 goal apiece against Empire. Then there was a 5-0 drubbing of West Haggett Hall, followed by the 1-0 victory over RxPro Vintage Masters, and then hammering Carlton Wanderers 3-0 helped them a whole lot. Last week they lapsed a bit, but who they lapsed against, you can say that at any point in time, coming up a really good team like Wildy Royalty, it can go easy as you like because Wildy Royalty have Gabriel Goodridge at the helm. And he scored the 2 goals that made it 2 goals
gems.
to 0. Goodridge moving to 12 for the season last weekend as well. So Benfica doing very well to climb the table here. And if they win this game, as I said before, they're in good stead to be in a top spot. Although it's the plate that they'll be playing in, they'll be in top spot to play the 8th place team. And you know that's normally an advantage for sure.
That is the big advantage for sure. So you have to give them kudos at this time. The game tentatively poised, 40 minutes gone at the moment. Benfica lead by 1-0 against Trents. And surely the rest of the afternoon, we'll be looking for lots more goals, Trevor. Maybe you'll put on your kit and score a hat-trick.
Yeah, well, I did some training this week. Perhaps I'm getting ready
You're
for the
actually coming back out?
I could be coming out for that international. It's much too appealing. Not to his Boeing going one-on-one. Cuts past one, into the box he goes. Oh, he's holding. He's been accused of holding there because he couldn't get the last defender taken out. And then Gillian Martindale right on the spot, just about 3 yards away. And she can see definitely that he put the right hand over the player, pulled him right back in order to get the advantage. And therefore, free kick to the Trents lads on 41 minutes.
Well, let me ask you this, Trev. I don't mean to be facetious. Which team you may be turning out for? I want to do that commentary with all of my heart.
Well, we understand there are a lot of local teams that are looking for my signature on that dotted line. But this week I've been approached by a couple of the international teams
Oh my
with some big
goodness.
agents, Keith. And immediately I started to jog.
But let me ask you this quickly. Would you be getting the same kind of money that Haaland is getting from Manchester City?
Well, I would certainly hope so. Having not played for 20 odd years, that'd have to be a hefty amount.
Oh my goodness. We look forward to seeing you. If you still have that form that you had when I was your coach, I know that you will score some goals. It's a given when you have that talent and you're brilliant not only in scoring goals but organizing these Masters competitions. Kudos to you in a very, very big way. At the moment though, if you're now joining us, Benfica lead by 1-0 against Trents. Another top striker many years ago at Defence Force, young Julian Anil. Lots of people don't know that Mr. Anil, but he scored lots of goals also, and I had the blessing of being his coach. I think I should be compensated
For producing so many good players.
very good, but
I totally agree with you, sir.
yeah, but very disciplined players. And surely as we go forward here now, we are looking to see if Benfica will pull this big upset against Trents. Trents United 0, Trents Masters still 0, and Benfica lead by 1-0.
So again, T and pass all the way back to the keeper. Trent's coming over to their defence. That one is back to the keeper again. He's been very busy. Benfica, as I said, with this revamped squad here, always looking to go on the front foot. And the problem with that is that Trents also like to go on the front foot quite often. Ball down the Trents right. With some magic, he'll get past Robert Boat Lashley, but it'll take a bit of skill. Lashley with the skill and guile. And of course the ruggedness to take the ball off the attacker there. Finds Marcus Moore over to this left-hand side. Benfica in possession on the left. Another piece of magic will unlock the door. Oh, he's dribbled and left the ball behind. As Trents now look to come out of their defence. 44 on clocks here. As the fans continue to come in.
And on the top defender, Mr. Strong.
We call him a top defender, Keith, but he's more of a utility man because I see him popping up here, there, and everywhere. Whenever BlackRock Masters are playing, Trent's coming out again of their defence here now on the left-hand side. The pitch in immaculate condition, Keith, even although we've had a couple of showers as well. Because of this sand base footing, it's always a joy to play at this RUBIS facility. It never really gets waterlogged or soiled in any way where dirt comes up on the pitch flying. It's always lush green and beautiful to play on. I'm sure the teams, as we can see, the RxPro Vintage Masters in the distance in that blue jersey trimmed with white, dark blue shorts and blue socks as well, getting ready to warm up and come in for a big matchup against a team that you know very well, Keith. BlackRock Masters 50s in a thriller coming up after this match. Here's Lashley with the ball floated far side. Defensive header. Trents still in possession. They've lost possession. Benfica again coming into their own. Ask for some assistance. Will he get it? Trents spins the 180 and uses the outside of the right boot, Keith. You know that's a mistake when it comes to passing. It goes anywhere. And there's Moore being fouled. And Martindale agrees. Free kick to BenficaMasters. 46 on our clocks. And the men in blue continue to lead 1-0 over Trents Masters.
Well, I've always said, Trevor, if you can't control and pass, you'll never be a good player. Those are the two most important things in the game. Control, pass. Then you can go on to produce more skills with dribbling, etc., etc. But if you can't control and pass, you'll never make a good player. No criticism to anyone. And if you're Masters, the most important with all of those skills, have discipline. When the referee blows the whistle, continue and just enjoy yourself, have a refreshment at the end, and travel safely back home. At the moment though, Trents 0, Benfica 1.
So we're seeing a penalty kick, I believe it is, as Keith was making his final words there. Benfica with the resulting penalty kick on this, the far side of the pitch. Rodney Boyne will take it, and Boyne is the leading marksman
Goalkeeper
for Benfica at this stage. He's been able to hit the back of the nets a number of times, and we'll update you as he goes to take this one as well, and especially if he scores.
I believe he'll leave the keeper for dead. That is just my feeling, and make
so
it 2-0.
Boyne will step up, right-footed. In fact, yes he does, steps up right-footed and hits the ball into the back of the nets. I think it's changed. It looked like Boyne at first, but definitely isn't Boyne here. It's the number 6 instead for Benfica. Boyne leaving the ball alone, and the Benfica number 6 will get his name off that team sheet in moments' time. But on 47 minutes, that score needs to change there, Jerry. Benfica Masters 2, Trents Masters 0. 48 on our clocks here at RUBIS, and Benfica looking to upset a team that was leading the table, Keith, in the first part of the season. That was Trents. Since they moved to RUBIS, they've lost just a bit of form, and at present, the men in blue from Licorice Village, My Lord's Hill, St. Michael, the home of the Goalkeepers Sports Bar with Goofy White and those guys. Yeah, they're leading 2-0 over Trents Masters.
This is very, very impressive from Benfica. Earlier on, if you had relegation, you would be thinking that they will be relegated. But like I told you 2 weeks ago, right here in the back of us, Bo Lashley said, Coach, we will destroy teams in this one and the International Masters. And they have begun to run. Very good performance. 2-0 the lead on the evening. Surely, Trents, coming from a long way out in the rain, are struggling today because earlier on they were the leaders in the tournament. But still, another 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Officially, Benfica Masters 2, Trents Masters 0.
And those stats for Rodney Boyne, as we said before, CSI covers it all. We'll give you the stats on any of the major goal scorers in the league. Boyne started his goal scoring on 36 minutes in the first matchup against Exactly Unified. He returned then 3 minutes later on 39 minutes to hit a 6-yard finish with his right foot, making it 2-0 at that point in time. Benfica 2, Exactly 0. In his second game, the match against Empire, he also scored on 20 minutes in the Macbeth Haggett Hall demolition on 19 minutes and 42 minutes, 2 goals in that one. And the match against RxPro Vintage Masters, he also got a goal on 21 minutes as well on the 2nd of April. 6 for the season, he scored today as well, 7 for Rodney Boyne. And with it, a good omen for the Benfica lads as he gets his goal scoring books on and continues to perform here at the RUBIS Sports Club, of course.
Well, at the moment, the rain seems to be threatening again. And one of the persons who have always been instrumental in assisting you, Trevor, with this tournament, I just saw him walk by. Good evening, Mr. Dighton Smith. Welcome. to RUBIS, and hopefully, as we continue, we may see you in defense for one of the teams. You never know. Trevor on one side and you on the other side. Trevor in attack, and Dyson Smith defensively. And as we speak, I see another Arsenal man coming in. I told him last weekend, Arsenal will struggle to win the Premiership. Although I'm an Arsenal man, and at the moment, Manchester City seem to be in pole position. And the match on Wednesday, when you finish with the football down here, prepare yourself for what should be a classic. Arsenal up against Manchester City. My prediction, Trevor, is that Manchester City will go on and win the Premiership. Outstanding referee here to your right, Trevor. She is sailing at you. The lady referee there, outstanding. She is waiting, and she will give us some information. So, the whistle will go very shortly, but it was Benfica pulling off a dramatic upset, defeating Trents by 2-0, and now it is going to be BlackRock versus.
Yeah, Keith, BlackRock Masters are coming up right on the next matchup, that one against RxPro Vintage Masters right in front of us here on the home field as well. So BlackRock Masters, report to the field of play, please. We were just about ready to let that one fly in the final game of the evening as well. Keith, no issues there at all. And on the far side, we're looking for Carlton ATP 35s up against Mavericks in that final game of the quarterfinals of the 35s tournament. The quarterfinals only starting this weekend for the 35s. Only 6 teams in it. Top 2 teams take a rest. The last 4 play one another.
They play no.
Right.
And that is why Dyson Smith is here, because of Mavericks. I'm almost certain he's a Mavericks man.
Well, you know the deal, Keith. This is exactly how it plays out here. He's a Mavericks man. I believe he's a St. Thomas man as well, perhaps. And therefore he'll be keen to see these particular matchups as they rock and roll and they go in this particular direction here. Getting ready for that final game of the evening, folks. So don't go anywhere. You could perhaps just run to the fridge and grab a Morby and some ice, Keith, to get you going, or some Bajan water if you have it. But of course, the final game of the evening up and on tap.
Well, the thing is that outside of the refreshing beer or malt, there's a gentleman to our right, Mr. Agony. I told him last weekend, despite he is an Arsenal man like I am, that Manchester City will probably go on and win the Premiership. And now they're in pole position. They're 5 points behind, 2 games in hand, and looking to beat Arsenal. And I was very impressed during the week in the Champions League also with Manchester City. Alleyne, Trevor, he is a beast.
Yeah, well, he's been brought up to be a top striker. He waited his chances inside the Bundesliga. He's made his presence known, and now he's blazing for Man City every single match that he plays. As we see the BlackRock Masters getting ready to take the field of play, we can see RxPro Vintage on your screens, folks. They're in the darker blue this evening.
Mr. Smith, good evening.
Blue shorts and blue socks. BlackRock Masters a little bit late in getting their stuff together this evening, but still have enough time for that game to run. Having had a few showers both on this side of the island and on the northern and western side, the weather has cleared and allowed us to put this one on tap for you this evening as well, as we get ready for the final game of the evening. Benfica won, Trents 0 in that last encounter, and the game coming at this point in time. BlackRock Masters in the sky blue will be up against the dark blue jerseys and socks and shorts of RxPro Vintage Masters. On the far side, the over 35s will get going in their knockout match, a quarter-final game between Carlton ATP 35s and Mavericks 35s as well.
Well, the rain begins to threaten overhead. Make sure you have a good secure spot. Don't be sprinting when the rain comes down. Make your move early, get in good position, read the game from the back, and bring out the ball out of defense into the midfield. At the moment, though, BlackRock Masters in sky blue, looking to gain 3 points and move up a little higher in the standings. So we wait anxiously to see what will transpire.
Team keeps building. So I believe we'll have perhaps a moment's silence or so, the BlackRock, and yeah, this one is for Yui Wave, we understand. So a moment's silence, folks around the ground. Could you just pause on those conversations for just a bit as we observe a minute's silence for Yui Wave, passed away earlier this week.
You coming out to play sweep in American? You coming out to play sweep in American? Minute silence. Sorry.
Jerry. So as we reset those clocks and get ready for their final game of the evening, BlackRock, remember, in the sky blue jerseys, white shorts and white socks, with Ferdinand Sandiford on the ball about to take the kick off. Ably assisted with Adrian Flyford, the number 8, and they're up against the number 9 of RxPro Vintage Masters in Adrian Cumberbatch and his teammates kicking from left to right. John Stewart is there as well, and RxPro Vintage Masters is a full strength team up against BlackRock Masters in the sky blue. BlackRock going from right to left on this occasion, Keith. And we said a pleasant evening also to Dayton, who came and shook some hands. And our condolences, of course, to Huey Wave's family. Huey, a teammate of mine, touring the Caribbean when we used to do that for international masters all across the region, you name it, Trinidad, all in St. Lucia, all over the place. Huey, a roommate of mine from time to time as well. A guy that had so much skill, Keith, and flicks and you name it. He could draw the defenders and then play it through to me to finish. I'll always remember him for that then. And of course, his loving and caring support for any team that he would have been involved in as well. Our condolences to the family, and the Masters continue to remember you, Huey, on this bit of a rainy Sunday, but we're making a real match of it here into the middle of the midfield. Here's RxPro Vintage Masters with acres of space and time to play that in the defense. Larry Alleyne tries to take on Curtly Greenwich, gives away the ball, shot coming in, and that one easing past the right-hand post as our cameraman scrambled a bit there, Keith. The shot had venom. He scrambled to get across to see where the ball had gone, but of course it had gone past the post and into touch for a goal kick.
Unfortunately,
it was 1-1 as well, Keith. Current score at this point in time: BlackRock Masters 0, RxPro Vintage Masters 0.
Unfortunately, it was not on target, but it was a shot with venom just going wide of the post. And surely, if this is going to be the normal thing for the evening, with the wind so strong down here, I believe we can see a couple of goals, or even more than a couple of goals, in this important game. So, it is Vintage 0, BlackRock Masters 0.
So we keep this one rolling. Keith, a hop, skip, and a jump back to the CSI stats, and you'll recognize that last year the two teams met in the 2022 OBL Fit at Empire. And at that point in time, we had floodlights and all of that stuff. I think they met going into the sunset on a Sunday. And when the dust had settled, it was BlackRock Masters won, RxPro Vintage Masters won. Goals from our own goal actually helped out BlackRock to get their goal. And for RxPro Vintage Masters, the dreadlock player, Mr. Jim Bailey, scored a beauty, a solo run on 32 minutes. His fourth of the season, one apiece the score. At this point in time, 0-0. Greenwich finds Adrian Ford, nicknamed Fly, the Fly. And here's Paul Jones, the Englishman, will direct some traffic with his hands first, and then he passes it away insignificantly as well. But because BlackRock are back in numbers, so I believe they'll try to maintain possession with Curtin and spreading it wide again. As they put together 3 or 4 touches. BlackRock now in possession with the dreadlock player in Curtly Greenwich. You recognize Greenwich because he has the gold and green tam on his head as well, Keith. Far post ball for RxPro. 5 on our clocks. Ball floated down the right-hand side for BlackRock, but charged down and over to the near side of the pitch for Paul Jones to take a throw-in. With just about 5 minutes on our clocks. Bars on the inside, on the outside, Keith. Food as well, you know it, food, drink, everything is available here at RUBIS. And at present, lovely football. Soccer, some will call it, out of the United States. But for sure, they're knocking it here and there at the RUBIS Sports Club here in Brighton, BlackRock, St. Michael.
Well, Trevor, mouthful, but I want to say 1 or 2 little salient points. I have gone to England, I've gone to Mexico to study to become a coach. And I came across lots of statisticians. But I must say, as a Bajan, I'm very proud of you. You're always on the ball with the stats. And I want you to know, I say that sincerely from my heart. And people who are here witnessing what is going on, the whole crew, don't worry about Keith Griffith. All the rest of the crew, Jerry, etc. And Trevor, what are you pointing at? You still seem to have good vision.
Yes, good vision. Peripheral vision, Keith.
Peripheral vision. That's why you hit the back of the net so often. So, like I said, Trevor's the best statistician I've ever seen. And I was at Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Southampton. And along with Jerry, producing good stuff here. And I can anticipate that when it comes to the international masters, it would even better. The Paradise fans are going out slowly, not all of them, but they look reminiscent and very superior in their colors.
For sure, ball into the box again. Right foot shot coming in. Jones at the near post. And that was a close chance. Into the box again. BlackRock decided to control the ball in the 6-yard box, Keith. I think that's your good friend Preedy there with a cool head. We're just about 7 on our clocks. You must say it is that the RxPro are pressing the BlackRock defense to get the first goal, but BlackRock holding very strong. Again, RxPro in possession, but before he can get his foot on the ball, referee Tonya Dean has seen an infringement, and with it brings the game to a halt for just a couple of seconds. She'll sort it out. 8 on our clocks here. Still no goals between BlackRock Masters and RxPro Vintage Masters, but she will be dropping this ball for some reason. I didn't exactly see why it was happening, but for sure, referee Tonya Dean in control as per usual.
As usual. Trevor, a victory here for Vintage will put them in what position?
Vintage, well, it's a little bit dicey between BlackRock and Vintage. You have to give you a bit of a history in order to let you figure out where they're going to be after this match. And depending on the result as well, it's going to be key to which team ends in a superior position to go to the plate or the cup at this particular point in time. Because what you can see here is that RxPro Vintage Masters have lost so much ground in that they've played their 9 matches. They've only won 3, Keith, compared to last year where they were steaming ahead. Only won 3 games and drew 1 match. And what that does puts them in 7th place on 10 points as we lock Skirton going down the right-hand side here for RxPro. Chance to cut across the box here at near post. Oh, goal! So Adrian Cumberbatch, the brother of Poddy.
But you will be surprised, Trevor, if you let me make this comment. He is the
RxPro
postman.
Vintage Masters with the first goal. I think it's the
He
jet
is
with
the postman in my area. So tomorrow
with
he will
the
definitely
headband on his head.
Yes, he will be knocking on my door. And ironically enough, Proddy came down with us for the Vintage Masters.
So Curtin, I think it's Curtin, Rodney Curtin wearing 15. I'm hearing from on his side. We have our agents on the outside as well. So I thought it was Cumberbatch, but it's another C. In fact, it's a K in Curtin. And Curtin, he's a right midfielder, known for scoring goals as well, Keith.
He is who played the ball across the area. And
So-
there was Cumberbatch.
So there we have it.
In the morning around 7:30, he'll be knocking on my door and say, Coach, did you see that finish? That was excellent, superb finishing, and you have to give him kudos. On the other hand, Purdy, who is like a son, I move with him every Sunday. He was on defense. So I would have to tell him that was poor defending.
Yes, for sure. They're allowing the guys to sneak in from the far post. Isn't really the way you want your defenders to play. But at present, RxPro Vintage Masters 1, BlackRock Masters 0. And as I said before, the question you asked me there, Keith, about RxPro Vintage, having 10 points at this point, if they can get 3 here and move to 13, with exactly playing against Wildy Royalty, and that result, we'll need that result as well to tally to make sure we know exactly where we
For
are.
the top 4.
Yeah, it'll make sense for RxPro continue to press for more goals and try to get a better goal average, because they have a chance then of overtaking exactly and then ending up pretty high up the table and perhaps even first in the plate competition. For BlackRock, they're much higher and in 6th place, and therefore BlackRock Masters could in fact end on 15 and top the table as far as the plate is concerned, and they could then end up on top as well. So both teams have something ready to play for here, and it's actually bragging rights on the top of the plate side of the tournament.
Side of it.
Yeah, the plate side of it as well. So all to play for here, but certainly in the advantage at this point in time, in the ascendancy, it's the men in the darker blue. RxPro Vintage Masters. Here's Cumberbatch, your postman, Keith, cuts the ball across to the near post. Right foot shot coming in from Stewart on this occasion, wearing the number 10. He's wide of the mark, and the score remains BlackRock Masters 0, RxPro Vintage Masters 1, and we're into the 12th minute.
Definitely Vintage having the run of play at the moment. And what I'm impressed with is that they're moving the ball hither, thither, and yon. They're not even worrying about BlackRock Masters, who are on their home pitch. But BlackRock Masters, I believe, will need to conjure up some magic in the midfield and come back into this game. They go far down the left. This is BlackRock Masters in sky blue. They still have possession. They play the ball back. They hold it up on the right-hand side. So they squeeze it down the right side. But they definitely need to get some shooting prowess. And when they're without Cracker Goddard, they're not the same team at all, Trevor. He is the bright and shining light and the leader. And when Cracker Goddard is not playing, they don't look like the same team. But they could get the result this evening.
Yeah, for sure, Keith. I totally agree with you there. The BlackRock Masters, as I said, without the maestro in Ricardo Cracker Goddard, are a different team. What happens is then, Keith, is that the majority of the creativity falls to Adrian Fly Ford, and he can only be in one place at one time. Doesn't have the ability then to be on the left-hand side where Cracker would normally take up most of the mantle and spray the balls from left to right. So Ford has double the work he would normally have, and therefore the question really is, can Ford run all 50 minutes and produce the goods for BlackRock Masters, or if he fades, then definitely RxPro Vintage Masters will take the game as well.
Definitely so. You would want to also make a comment on Paradise, because they're not playing today.
Played already, Keith.
They played in the first game before he got here.
Yeah, with a massive
and they are
6-1.
through
6-1.
into the next round, and along with Wildy Royalty, they are the two favored teams. One of them are expected to win the championship, but you never know in this football. So Paradise going through already, and Wildy Vintage and Royalty, not Vintage, sorry. Vintage are on the field now. What I meant is really royalty and Paradise have gone through. And definitely we will challenge for the championship. And number 1 meets number
4.
so they can't meet in the
Can't
semi-final.
meet in the semis either. Yeah, so what's happening is that Wildy Royalty are outright winners of the preliminary rounds at this point in time. Wildy Royalty with 25 points. They're playing on the far side of the field against Exactly Unified. So that, if they do win that match as well, then they move to 28 points for the season, having played their 10 matches. At this point in time, they're on 25 points as well. Paradise, with their 10th game, already being played, winning 6-1 over MacWest Haggett Hall, moved to 23 points and a second. Winston Enterprises BlackRock have 1 match left, and it's a rescheduled match against Exactly. If they win their match, they can move to 22. So you can say straight away, first place already guaranteed, Wildy Royalty. Second place already sorted as well in Paradise Masters 50th edition. The third spot was a slot between Trents and Winston Enterprises. Trents lost their match this evening, so they're stuck, having played their 10 games on 18 points. They're definitely going to be 4th, basically. So third place then belongs with Winston Enterprises BlackRock for sure. So we already have 1, 2, 3 sorted, even although BlackRock have 1 more match against Exactly to play. So as the stats continue to flow and the information, as well as perhaps what we consider to be a Wednesday this week setup, where we get that final game out of the way between Bayland and Exactly. We're also aiming to try to play 2 semi-final 35 matches as well under some lights on Wednesday evening. So stand by for that one as well. And that
Wednesday evening?
Wednesday evening, yeah.
You have to make the time after Arsenal versus Manchester City. Don't forget that.
Definitely.
Because I'm not leaving my house.
They'll be playing UK time in the daytime, so definitely can't be a problem for us to play our late evening to night games as well. So all the football lining up very nicely, and of course, as soon as we finish here, football all across the island in the Champions Cup of the BFA as well. Various locations. Also that matchup between Weymouth Wales and Paradise at Dover this evening at 7. That's going to be flooded out with people. I'm not sure about the rain, but flooded out with folks for sure watching the key matchup between 2 Premier League sides. Not quite sure how they got to that stage though, Keith, where you can pull the 2 Premier League teams up at the very beginning of a tournament.
Impossible.
But it's
That is all I can say, impossible.
Yeah, but it's happened, and all the excitement is with the fans, basically. The 2 teams, I'm not sure they want to face one another so early in a knockout.
Where are they playing?
They're playing at Dover, we understand.
Dover?
At Dover, yes. So all of those cup matches have been playing at the open fields.
Open
to get the
fields.
spectators
But
and
that
everybody
match,
involved.
in particular, in my opinion,
key match.
should not be at Dover.
It's a key matchup. So 17 on our clocks here. BlackRock Masters continue to trail RxPro Vintage Masters with that 1-0 lead. A goal conjured up from on that right-hand side, and as the ball came across, a nice little flick inside, and the finish was made. RxPro Vintage Masters 1, BlackRock Masters 0, as we head towards that half-time whistle here, coming very, very shortly. But BlackRock in possession. They've given it up again, Keith, in their final third, which is the worst place to give up the ball.
They're playing a bit too tight. They need to spread the ball out wide. The field is big. What they need to do is control, pass, and spread it wide, and then look to play the ball across the area. But once you play in the middle here, it is going to be congested. And with Vintage leading 1-0, they would have to work very hard to break them down. So, Vintage lead on the evening by 1-0. Young Cumberbatch stabbing it home from close range. I would like to make a comment. The man who is in charge of Haggett Hall,
yeah. MacWest Haggett Hall.
MacWest Haggett Hall manager and owner, we want to say something to you. We need you to concentrate a little more on the tactical and technical side of the game and not with the ladies, so that your team can get some points.
I think he's a man can juggle, Keith.
I think he's my good friend. He's my good friend.
He's going to get
Yes, he said he'd be ready for next year.
I believe he will.
We wish him well.
But what I can say, I admire the tenacity that the team turns up with every single week, Keith. Even although the defeats are coming from time to time, they had the numbers to continue to play. And of course, they're quite welcome to make their way and try to make an application into the international as well, because all types of teams that form, it takes to make that international roll the way it's supposed to roll. And therefore, if you can tighten the squad up a bit, because you know the international teams are going to come with quality, and therefore you need a bit more quality in your team. You need to go shopping for a few more men, but I'm sure it can come good on that side of the field. Keep, I want to say a pleasant evening to all the ladies that are inside the bars as well. As you can see, we have Rhea and Brittany looking as splendiferous as ever over my left shoulder.
I like the word splendiferous.
And over my right shoulder, I believe I'm seeing Tiffany and Stacy. So I got ladies on my left, ladies on my right, ladies in front of me, and of course we're going to enjoy the camaraderie between us and the working staff here at Bimfc and Obl-Fit, and of course all the spectators as well, as we continue to concentrate on the field of play, and of course the female referees that are with us and the male ones as well.
Top of the line.
For sure. Ball across the box here. Ford takes it down, plays it inside. Curtly Greenwich with the nice touch. The little no-look pass as well coming from Ron Griffith there as BlackRock get their numbers together. But here's Bailey into the box here now for Davis. He has Anthony Alleyne on his shoulder. He looks a shit. Alleyne off. And BlackRock now come out of their defense with Ron Griffith. Griffith, a very good ball player as well. Plays Alleyne, it looks like from here. Alleyne with a stiff tackle. Alias Snake. He's got a man on his back. And as we continue to scan and scope and pick up what's happening on the inside, we can see Rhea. The cameraman are at it. You can see Rhea, who's chilling a little bit at the bar at this point in time. I believe Brittany's having a little peek back. I'm not sure she got the makeup on the way she wants it.
And what about Miss Delaney?
Miss Delaney is just beyond the two ladies. There's a handshake from the ladies. We say thank you for your service, ladies. As we get back to the field of play, of course, we keep it quite joyful here. We know there's plenty of work to be done, but the ladies are always very pleasant and willing to serve you here at the Wildy Sports Complex. 21 on our clocks here. BlackRock in a spot of bother. RxPro are ahead. And they've also run themselves a throw-in on this near side. With just about 21 minutes on the clock. Keith, just before we get to the halftime, can BlackRock get the equalizer? Or will RxPro sail into the sunset?
They know that this is their last chance of making the top four. So they will have to go for bro, open up, spread the ball wide. Like I said, it's so easy here at forgive me if I say Texaco. Yeah, but it is RUBIS. Spread it wide, cut it across the area, and let the men come up and take shots. They're not shooting from distance, and that is something that you should be doing in Masters football. Shooting from in and around the area, time and time again. That is just a solution for them to improve as we go inside the last few minutes of the first half.
Yes, for sure. 21 and a half on our clocks as we observe Bob Moses. I think he's finished on that far side. He'll come on in for a bit of a refreshment. BlackRock in possession. They've given it away. Larry Alleyne with the floated ball up the line. Looking for Davis. He gets his foot in. And again, over comes Jim Bailey. Bailey stops it in its tracks but gives it away to Ron Griffith. In comes Fly Forward. Adrian Fly Forward, but he gets the boot on top of his right boot. And I believe he'll win his team a free kick. He's having a look at that shin, Keith. Good thing he has those shin guards on. That's exactly what they're used for. Any kicks in that shin area, the shin guard.
Yeah, they just move away. Yeah, that is why we are trying to convince all of the players who play in this tournament that they should wear their shin pads. It is very important. You can't afford to get injured at this time of your life.
Definitely not. And the game continues to be very competitive as we head towards the halftime. You can see Andrew Newton just definitely there on the side there, looking to have the restart done very quickly. And the ball is with the RxPro BenficaMasters on this near side. Ball thrown inside. And referee Tonya Dean says play on. Play through towards Adrian Davis, but cut out at the back by Curtly Greenwich. And again, Preedy in possession. quite guilty of dribbling in his defence, but he doesn't seem to worry about it though, Keith. He's very confident at that centre-back position. I'm sure you would have been a little bit uncomfortable if he was doing it at national football for sure. A lot of dribbling going on.
He knows different, and even when we are coming down to these matches, he and I always have conversation. So he knows all he has to do at the back, control, pass, read, and go. I want to make him a Baresi or Bobby Moore, a player of that caliber. So he's enjoying himself, and at the moment, Vintage more than happy for him to do that because they lead on the evening by 1-0.
So Vintage again trying to dribble their way. In fact, not necessarily dribble. They dribble at first, but then the 1-2s is where it's all falling down when the likes of Adrian Fifo is able to cut out the ball at the back as they're trying to attempt those little 1-2s as well.
This game is lacking that final distribution in the final third of the game. Ronnie Agard has that ability. He has always been a good player, and he must play some leading balls through the gap and hopefully get some shots in. But at the moment, as we go inside the last minute of the game, Vintage lead on the evening by 1-0 against BlackRock Masters.
Is Brady, Pretty that is. He will play it towards Greenwich. Floated over to the left-hand side as BlackRock try to come out of their defence. Cool, calm, and collected if possible. But again, they're being pegged back in their defence as they go with their methodical style of play, Keith. That one played across the far side. And again, Jones plays it further right. BlackRock in possession again as they
need to shoot. They need to take shots.
That's a floated ball forward. Larry Alleyne is on it, but he's robbed. Ball into Sandiford, who skips past Alleyne and then plays it all the way back into defence. The floated ball inside, defensive header. Again, Ford with the right foot shot, and he's always way off the mark. He leaned all the way back, Keith, rather than keeping his body over the ball. And easy takings for RxPro Vintage Masters. And
so it was not a shot, it was a kick.
Picks that ball from on the far side there and plays it towards the 6-yard box for Larry Alleyne to take the restart with those white boots. Alleyne floats a 45-yarder up the pitch. Defensive header by Brady. Half-time here, I make that in the final game of the evening on this, the home field, of course. And at this point in time, RxPro Vintage Masters with that 1-0 lead over BlackRock Masters. Lots to think about for BlackRock. RxPro, perhaps more of the same will get them the result. But BlackRock will need to go back to the drawing board and come with an attacking tactic that will perhaps allow them to make their way through, meander through the midfield, play a little 1-2, Keith, and perhaps Adrian Fifo.
That is so true. 1-2, shoot. And I'm appealing to Mr. Agony to come towards the window here so we can do a purchase. Mr. Agony, would you be so kind so we can do a purchase? Because we, Arsenal, will struggle on Wednesday to maintain the lead in the tournament. But I believe that you will only know that at the conclusion.
So there you can see it. The cameras are everywhere. We can pick up on the vendors. We can pick up on the vendors. We can pick up on the spectators. We can pick up on those moving the coolers backwards and forwards, having some drink in the distance there, Keith. But of course, we're going to go to that halftime break and enjoy perhaps a little bit of sweet bread, which you can see Jerry has now in his possession. And once we
Jerry maybe needed to go on for BlackRock Masters.
Maybe that. But for sure, we're going to partake in some refreshments here. And with it, we go to that halftime break here at the RUBIS Sports Club on the mighty Groiner Highway, BlackRock, St. Michael, Barbados, West Indies, in the Caribbean. Beautiful Barbados on a sweet Sunday afternoon with the scoreline, BlackRock Masters 0 at this point in time. RxPro Vintage Masters with the 1-0 lead. And as we hit the buttons for the advertisements here at RUBIS. To the RUBIS Sports Club staff for allowing us to grace us with their presence.
RubiCast, get cooking. RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
Get RUBIS, get going.
Get RUBIS. Get cooking. RUBIS, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. RUBIS LPG, distributed by RUBIS. Clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with RUBIS?
Get RUBIS, get going.
Get
Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. BTMI, in association with Commentator Sports Incorporated CSI and the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BimFC, welcomes back the Caribbean's premier international veterans football tournament to the beautiful island of Barbados. BimFC presents the best of local and overseas veterans footballers in a ding-dong battle, no-stopping, table-topping, jaw-dropping football contest. Don't miss a single penalty kick, free kick, set play, dead ball situation, volley, half volley, hat-trick, brace, goal! Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 or at Trevor Thorne Scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Hi, I'm Renee, and we are absolutely looking forward to welcoming you to Infinity on the Beach. We offer staycations, and the reason people choose us is because we're located right in the heart of the Gap, within walking distance of everything, but when you come back to the hotel, you have your own respite. We are right on the beautiful Dover Beach, so we provide the perfect location for that mix of local excitement and entertainment and relaxing time on the beach. If you walk out of the hotel in either direction, left or right, you have a choice of restaurants, nightlife, and amenities, so you never lack for anything to do. And when you come back to our property, you have a number of things you can choose from as well, including our beautiful Stefan's Beach Bar and Restaurant. The reason that many locals choose us, however, is because they say that when they come to stay with us, we make them feel like a tourist, and we're very, very proud of that fact. So please, when you're looking for somewhere to spend that relaxing weekend getaway, we invite you to come stay with us at Infinity on the Beach.
Goalkeeper Sports Bar, Licorice Village, Mayrod Hill, St Michael, Barbados. Telephone number 427-3168. Mobile number 826-0137. Lunchtime, Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. On Wednesdays, cow heel soup. Fridays, meal cuckoo. Saturday mornings, souse. Friday night, karaoke starts at 8 p.m. The Goalkeeper Sports Bar, 427-3168 and 826-0137. Triple H Tours can handle all of your transportation requirements. Airport transfers, guided tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email dhunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours.
have the fans here right in BlackRock, and they will need to improve as the game continues. The ball with Vintage, the whistle is gone. Vintage lead by 2-0. Kunitz Boyne looking very happy. He and Bolt Lashley having won by 2-0 earlier, and they're having a rocking time here. Trevor Thorne sprinting for all he's worth, and hopefully when he returns to the commentators' area, he will get the BlackRock Masters on the move. The ball is with Vintage. They play it down the right-hand side of midfield. On the right they go again, trying to cut the ball across the area. They can't, and they would have to reel and wind and come again. 2-0 the scoreline if you're now joining us. Ball has gone into touch, and it would mean that Vintage on the evening lead by 2-0. We'll calm it all down. We have seen lots of goals this evening, good victories, and the biggest upset, Benfica defeating Trents by 2-0. Here we go with Trevor, the prolific goal scorer for Empire and Wales and Gall Hill, back in action. 2-0. Trevor, Vintage looking very positive, and surely Danny Parr-Carter, an outstanding midfield player, and my good friend on the left. Blessings, sir. Pardon? Excellent. Yes, good. So there you go. We are back with Trevor. Trevor, that goal that the guy scored there, you will tell the fans momentarily. But that was a very clinical finish. One out of the top drawer.
Yeah, good finish. I make it, and they've got the cushion that they're looking for, Keith. Definitely have the cushion. So RxPro with the RxPro with that 2-0 lead, that 2-0 cushion, Keith, over BlackRock Masters. And BlackRock with lots to think about in this, the second half, into the 36th minute we go. And again, they just don't have the goal, Keith, to really trouble the RxPro defense for some reason. And while they're trying their best to get the ball into the 18-yard box, no venom when they get there to disturb the goalkeeper at all. So here's Adrian Cumberbatch, and Cumberbatch now flicks the ball off the defender last and gets the throw-in. RxPro seeing their eyes on the target, Keith. They really want to maintain a top spot in the plate competition. If they win, if I said they end up finally 5th and shake off the opposition altogether, then they'll meet the 8th place team. And you can tell the 8th place team at this point in time is Empire, who have played 10, won 2, drawn 4, lost 4, goals for 10 goals against 13. So you can see that the quality of RxPro as far as the stats go is a lot better than the Empire team. So if they can carry that quality through to the semi-finals, they'll be into the finals easily.
Definitely, and again, the great statistician Trevor Thorne, top goal scorer, producing the goods as we go along. As we come inside the 37th minute, it is Vintage leading by 2-0 against what I would say a very ordinary BlackRock Masters team. They'll be hoping to improve their squad when they go into the International Masters. So Trevor, I'll leave you briefly for a minute. Scoreline, Vintage 2, BlackRock Masters 0.
For sure, scored 0-0. And 0-0 in the knockout game of the over 35s. Carlton ATP 35s 0, Mavericks 0. And remember, we're aiming at Wednesday night so we can get into some semi-final action in the 35s. We will give you the venue and the time, but for sure, I'm almost 100% sure of it, you'll be surprised of the venue for this Wednesday's semi-finals in the 35s. And we'll also be playing the Winston Enterprises BlackRock against Exactly Unified on that night. You'll get the times and the venue, I believe, by tomorrow afternoon for sure. And what that will do is line up nicely for next weekend when the knockout finals can easily be played in the 35s, followed by the finals of the league in both 35s and 50s by the time we get to May 7th, which is the final day of all of our tournaments here in Barbados. We then take a little bit of a rest and try to make sure we have all in place for the Whitsun weekend, 26th of May to 29th of May.
You're going to step up and put it away as usual.
Finals of the Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic here in the beautiful island of Barbados.
I wonder why Mr. Boy last year by the ball all the time.
With the
good evening, gentlemen. Mr. Barnes, good to see you, man.
Over BlackRock Masters.
Blessings. The doctor told me this morning, do not come back not to November the 12th. That he's doing very well. So you'll be happy. Sorry.
Cooking RUBIS clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose RUBIS LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100-pound cylinders.
As 0-0, BlackRock on the sheet. Ron Griffith, the top midfielder that he is, sneaked in at the far post and eased it past the goalkeeper. So RxPro Vintage Masters 2, BlackRock 1. Fight back is on. Yeah, thank you to the roving reporter, Julian Arnold. 0-0 the score on that far side in a knockout match known as a quarter-final number 1 between Carlton Age to Perfection and Mavericks 35s. And on this near side, the home field, RxPro Vintage Masters 2, BlackRock Masters 1. Here we have it now, the classic ending to the preliminary rounds. Who's going to take it, gentlemen and ladies? RxPro in possession, prodding it through a space. They've given it up again. BlackRock with the first touchdown. Griffith, the goal scorer. Into Jim Bailey. Ball trickles into Davis. Davis into Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch fakes pass 1. Offside is the call, I believe. 40 on our clocks here. And the final game dwindling away, but RxPro certainly in the lead 2-1 over BlackRock Masters. So Ron Griffith, with his first goal of the Obl-Fit season, we make it. That goal scored on 40 minutes, I believe, or thereabout. RxPro getting the second goal just minutes before. So BlackRock with the build-up. So east pass 1, past the second man as well. Looks to put it through the space. And immediately realizing the danger was there, Basil Griffith comes out and averts the danger. And at this point in time, RxPro 2, BlackRock Masters 1. Again, Alleyne finding Curtly Greenwich, who stops on a dime and slips on the slippery surface as the ladies come rolling in. Say a pleasant evening to them as well on the near side. Always a pleasant atmosphere here at RUBIS. Half time on the far side, current score 0-0 between Carlton ATP 35s and Mavericks 35s. If we don't get any goal scorers after the 50 minutes, we go to the dreaded penalty kick shootout to get the winner. Stand by for Wednesday night action this week in both the 35s knockout tournament semi-finals and the final game of the season for Winston Enterprises BlackRock and Exactly Unified to settle the score of the 50s standings. By next weekend, we go to the 50s League or 50s Cup semi-finals and the 50s Plate semi-finals, as well as the 35s knockout semi-finals next weekend right here at RUBIS. The knockout final on next weekend, of course, for the 35s. And in between that, on Wednesday night, rescheduled game between Winston Enterprises BlackRock and Exactly Unified. That will settle the score on the 50 standings. And the semi-final matches in the knockout cup of the 35s, of which we are just awaiting the winners from this evening's matches to put that up. We don't know the venue or the time as yet, but it will be a nighttime activity. We're just confirming the venues, and then we can slot the times in as well. So just stand by for Wednesday night action in Obl-Fit, both 35s and 50s, this Wednesday at a ground near you. And you know it's going to be a quality venue, just like RUBIS, but with lights on tour. 45 on our clocks here. Still await that winner. Perhaps it will be a 3-1 score to RxPro Vintage or a BlackRock Masters 3-3. Who knows? You need to stay tuned. But on the far side, we're seeing Mavericks getting ready to go again up against Carlton ATP, or Age to Perfection. And at this point in time, it's 0-0 between the two. But for sure, we'd want to see a winner out there very, very shortly. This one just has minutes to go at present. RxPro 2, BlackRock Masters 1. Airport transfers, study tours, weddings, and so much more. Whether you're here for business or here for pleasure, cruise through Barbados using this punctual and reliable service that exhibits reasonable prices. Call 1-246-234-0683 or 1-246-261-6701 or email thehunter_9@hotmail.com to guarantee an eloquent experience. Triple H Tours. Triple H Tours. Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic BimFC invites you to the Caribbean's premier international veteran football tournament on the beautiful island of Barbados. Combine sightseeing, soca music, sumptuous food, sun, sea, sand, surf, and of course, fabulous football. Whitsun weekend, Friday 26th to Monday 29th May 2023. Follow us on Instagram at BimFC246 for Rapturathon scores. On Facebook, visit Barbados Invitational Masters Football Classic. Our YouTube channel is BimFC Masters, and find us on our website at www.bdsmfc.org for all tournament details.
Visit Ayers Meat Shop today for all your poultry, pork, beef, lamb, and fish needs. Located in the Aberdeen Jones Building, Gall Hill Christchurch.
So injury to the RxPro man at this point in time. We look to pick up his number as well. He seems to be up and rolling again. And as we head towards the final moments in this one, RxPro Vintage Masters, can they hold on to this 2-1 margin of victory? It would be. BlackRock Masters could conjure up something rather easily if they go through Adrian Ford and perhaps find Ferdinand Sandiford. Ball floated inside, clearance made. into the midfield. Sandiford with good control. Prods it back, almost a hospital pass from Sandiford to Griffith. Griffith gets out of it with a nice dribble. Ball over to the right-hand side. Ford, Adrian Ford will look to go past his marker now. It's going to take a bit of skill to do it. Comes back to the midfield, finds Greenwich, who floats one. Is that a shot? Doesn't have the venom to trouble anyone, but keeper Griffith grabs it with both hands and floats a 45-yarder up the pitch now. RxPro Vintage Masters again, it's 2. RxPro, they're 2. And BlackRock Masters 1. Bailey trying to find Cumberbatch inside the box. Ball cut out at the back as BlackRock come forward on that left-hand side. In towards Adrian Fly forward. Here, there, and everywhere. Back to the defense it goes. Tackle comes in. And strong one too. Ball over the touchline right in front of ace referee Gillian Martindale. BlackRock with the possession at right back. The drinks continue to flow. From on the far side, Mavericks with a beauty from just about 25 yards out. A cannon. Mavericks 1. Carlton, age to perfection, not so perfect, 0 at this point in time. Over this side, RxPro Vintage Masters 2, BlackRock 1, ball into the net, but not before the whistle goes. As the guys with the English hats are in the house, the guys with the English hats are here. I will join them now. The English hats are in the house. Of course, we're enjoying ourselves. Almost 50 minutes up. Keith Griffith comes jogging back. As we continue to enjoy ourselves here at RUBIS. Final moments in this one, of course. As we say, good evening to Jeffrey Proveros, locked and loaded to the Bimfc YouTube channel. And also the chairman, Melvin Aibo Oxley. How are you doing, sir? Looking forward to seeing you very, very shortly, hopefully for your Earth Day, birthday, 7th May 2023. That's the day of the final of the... Ooh, Greenwich getting involved there. Foul. Penalty is the call. Greenwich with the left foot onto the attacker. And this spells diabolical trouble for the BlackRock team. Jim Bailey looking to step up. Yes, Cumberbatch says you can take it. Bailey up against Sylvan Jones, I believe, in the BlackRock goal. He gets his final instructions from Tonya Dean. Here for the final moments. This could be the killer punch, the sucker punch as well. Bailey steps back and up steps Curtin instead. And Curtin, they say Curtin is looking for his hat trick. 12 yards out. Curtin up against Jones. Curtin shoots, scores. No!
Well, surely, Trevor.
A well-deserved hat trick. Here comes the replay. The replay. Dean in position. Curtin just yards away. Look, wait for Sylvan Jones to be ready. A bit of antics from him on the line. He sets himself in place now. Right foot shot to the right of Jones. Jones can't reach it. Brilliant goal. 3-1 to score. RxPro Vintage Masters 3, BlackRock Masters 1.
Thank you very much, Trevor. They're surely dead, buried, and gone. BlackRock Masters on the home pitch. There will be a serious inquiry before they begin to play in the International Masters Tournament. And what is the score on the far side, Trav?
Far side, Mavericks 1, Carlton ATP 0.
Well, I know that Mavericks have come here very, very, very colourful. And now this evening they're leading by 1-0, having been knocked out last week by the Deacons Farm Star Boys, who are into the final. So as we close down the evening, the scoreline reveals that on a wonderful, cool evening, it is Vintage 3, BlackRock Masters 1.
So again, into the Midfield we go with Adrian Preedy. Ball out to Greenwich. Back to Preedy again. He's here, there, and everywhere. Finds Adrian Ford on the right. Ford attempts the back heel. Looks as though he was tripped in the process, but Tanya Dean was right on the spot and said nothing doing. Cumberbatch can't get onto it. All the way back to the left back position for BlackRock. A nice little dribble on that left hand side. Cuts back on his right foot. Left his man for dead. Inside to Ford. Ford with the ball at the bottom of his right boot. He's been hustled and harried, and he falls in the process. In steps Tanya Dean. He's going to have a word. Should have a word with Adrian Fly Ford for that behaviour, and point for a free kick then to RxPro. You make it time on the clock, Keith. I think BlackRock are buried, and RxPro will make their way up the table to 13 points and into what I would consider to be 6th position, and knock BlackRock to 7th.
BlackRockMasters has always been a good team, but in this tournament they have not produced the goods. And whether they're winning or losing, they just need to be disciplined. And from a tactical and technical perspective, I would like to see Fly Ford go back in the forward line and not in the midfield. He doesn't have the pace anymore to go past persons. So what he should do is play wide on the right or wide on the left, Trevor, and he will start scoring goals. Remember, I told you that this evening. So, Mr. Fly Ford, from a tactical perspective go wide on the right or wide on the left. He will only have one-on-ones. He won't have to be crowded out. But I have had a good evening, enjoyed it. Just was with Michael Hayward and Roderick Haggins, 2 youngsters of great magnitude. And again, it's a blessing being here with you and the whole crew.
Yeah, thank you very much, Keith Griffith. BSS, Barbados Service Star, has been rewarded for all of that service to the youth and football. Carlton have scored. We interrupt, Keith. 1 apiece. Mavericks 1, Carlton 1 on the far side. They're looking towards penalties if they can't get it sorted out within the 50 minutes.
And talking about penalties, the Manchester United fans would have been happy today, winning 7-6 on penalties. It was electrifying. It went down to 6-6, and then they scored the winning penalty, and now they will meet the nemesis in the final at Wembley. Manchester United versus Manchester City.
Yep,
Big one.
The battle of the Manchester's blue versus red.
Red and black.
It's going to be a matchup for sure. 2 tacticians at the helm.
Well, I'm an Arsenal fan, as you know, but I believe in Pep. I saw him doing some work against Bayern Munich. They came into the final game leading 3-0, and his tactical expertise was magnificent. He only played with 3 at the back. He didn't look for ball possession. He made sure that Bayern Munich don't score before him. That is what you call a top-class manager, Pep Guardiola.
Right, we're getting some wind easing on in on the audio, Keith, but what I can tell you is that because that match is 1 goal apiece between Carlton and Mavericks on the far side, we're going to try to use some technology and perhaps scan the camera over there to get the coverage. And then what I'll do is I'll move with my trusted microphone, powered by Duracell batteries, because they last 10 times longer, to see if we can get the coverage over there as well.
So go right ahead.
Let's see how that goes. But between you and me, we'll see you probably Wednesday night, and then again next Sunday for lots more action as well. Thank you very much, Keith.
Blessings, and thank each and every one. Mr. Dyton Smith, I hope to see you back on the field very soon. He is there on our right, having a chat. And surely, Jerry and the others will continue with their professionalism. Bajans do not like to uplift Bajans. But your crew, who is working with you, Trevor, don't worry about I cool and happy. They are doing a fantastic job.
Right, so thank you very much, Keith, as you make your way home as well. I will now vacate the chair and try to get very close to that game. You understand, it's very intense, 1 goal apiece. The winner goes to the semi-final on Wednesday night. A venue to be unveiled. Brand new venue too. Unveiled. Between now and perhaps the next 24
Saturday
hours.
morning,
South. The venue.
Friday night,
of course,
karaoke
who wins
starts at
these
8
matches,
p.m.
of course, will appear on
Goalkeeper,
Wednesday night in
Sports
semi-final
Bar,
matches.
427-3168. 826-0137.
One final comment. Mr. Purdy, Mr. Purdy, can you report to the commentators area? Shout him up there for me.
Yeah, definitely we'll get that to happen for the producer that's on tap here. But at this point in time, see if we can cut away Jerry over to the cameras on the far side if we can get it. Hopefully we will. If not, I will still bring the commentary.
You would sprint and go, Trev?
Definitely so.
Keep that sprinting for when you play the Masters International.
So as we await the switch over to the far side, and let's see, it's Carlton in possession on the right. The ball floated up the field, and as we try to stay in tune with that camera, we can probably try to give you the coverage from right about here. We will roll with the restart. Strong tackle coming in, 1 goal apiece. The team in blue, it's Mavericks. And the team in the yellow jerseys, that is Carlton, age to perfection, if not.
Jerry.
So as we continue to prod and probe, let's see if we can capture this game live and in living color, and of course we'll try to bring a little bit of the coverage as well from our audio equipment here. Let's see if we can get it to a point of being able to hear us very clearly. So final minutes of this one. On to the near side. This is ATP in possession. That's a foul. As we try to pick the running commentary from right about here, with a bit of distance on it. We say good evening to Trevor Brent, who's having a chat on the telephone. Spectators with Bobby and his good friend. And yes, as far as possible. And Mavericks. It's in the blue jerseys, shorts, black socks, and Carlton ATP in the green shorts and socks. Tied. So free kick. Ball floated inside. Top shots at the near post, played back and then out towards the. We'll settle it. Right, so Carlton, the team in the ascendant, they've just scored a really decent goal with some good play from the right-hand side. They tucked across the 6-yard box and the finish was made. Carlton, ATP 2. Mavericks 1. Ball last seen, headed in by... We'll get out and back, for sure. Can't be very many more minutes in it. Carlton pressing down to get the winner. There it is. So The wave, Mark, Skeet inside. Iron one, they want. Into the box, there. That's counted infield, ace to perfection. Says Mark Bob Moses, the referee this evening. Newton on the next. Ben. Well, into touch as we the agony man. Have a quick word with the agony man. A little bit so there it is. Of a finish, 3 goals to 1 from the Mavericks team. Hit the second half to take it 3 goals to 1. The night action, a venue and time to be decided, but of course it's going to be a quality ground. You'll play under some floodlights. Semi-finals of the 25 knockout, and the rescheduled game between Baylan and Exactly. And by the time we get to next weekend, we'll be heading competition, both cup and plate, and of course the final of the 35 knockout. The following week, the 7th, all finals in cup and plate, right here at RUBIS. As we head back to base, safe journey home, get your final drinks and food, and of course we'll see you on the YouTube. You will. So final moments in this one.
Because they will donate to and you went here too.